respect this, I really do, but I have to speak my truth and say that this is the reason that I just don't think that Edward does Toxic King well, because he doesn't really protect her. I can see, like, in a basic sense, we're very much supposed to believe that that's his, like, #1 priority, but when it comes down to it, he just fails to do this in so many major ways that it really just shows us that he does not care about protecting Bella more than he cares about proving he's not a monster, because that's what he uses her for at the end of the day. Like, the first example is, like, in Midnight Sun, he breaks into her bedroom, not even at first to protect her, but to get used to her scent. And all that is because he literally gets one whiff of her and decides, like, I'm going to unalive this girl in the entire classroom. And then to, like, impress Carlisle and not upset the family, he decides he's gonna stay and force proximity with this girl, like, knowing that he very well might unalive her. So he decides to break into her bedroom every night and stay close to her so he can, like, breathe it in. But this whole time, like, he knows very well that he might snap, so he's literally just endangering her. And then he continues to do that, like, all this time, takes her out to the meadow knowing very well that he might unalive her. And then he starts justifying it to himself with, like, grandiose delusions about, like, oh, I have to stalk her and break into her bedroom because a meteor might hit the house and there might be spiders all the time. Like, he is literally putting her in danger. Like, if he cared about protecting her, he wouldn't force proximity with her. But an even more explicit example that I just don't know how people forget, he dumped that girl like trash in the woods after bringing supernatural drama into her life, like knowing that there's a vengeful vampire after her, and he didn't protect her at all. Like, he literally demanded his family cut contact, and they dipped, and he didn't know about the werewolves. He had no idea that she would have an emotional support werewolf. Like, that was crazy. And again, like, he went to go live in a dumpster, and this was to prove that, you know, he was a good person, and he was a good man, and he wasn't a monster, and he was going to do the right thing, but he literally just, like, left her there like trash. He left her for dead. And it's emphasized because then we see the whole, like, I'm too dangerous for you, I have to protect you thing done more effectively with Jacob, because, like, when he couldn't talk to her because he had just turned into a werewolf and thought it was too dangerous, he was still running around her house every night protecting her. And then when he realized that he was hurting more than helping, he broke the rules and fixed it. He didn't, like, leave her hanging, leave her stranded, you know what I'm saying? Not to mention, when Yeehaw the Confederate got rowdy at Bella's birthday party, Dusty's, like, plan of action was to yeet her into a glass table and make her bleed more. And he's supposed to be the fastest one, you know? He mostly just, like, pulls dramatic stunts, you know, like, whatever that means for Bella, like, about his own self-righteousness. He took this girl to the top of a freezing cold mountain in a storm with nothing but a Walmart tent. He's a billionaire! And I'm sorry, but he's supposed to be so cautious that he won't even open mouth kiss Bella because the venom might get into a cut in her mouth, right? But he was just shooting unprotected sparkles on the honeymoon. I don't know. When it came down to it, I really don't think he was that effective of a protector.